Greetings, denizens of the interwebs. This is Jacob K. Baker for Atomic Stick Figure Productions, and welcome to Obscureview Mini. Yes, I'm going back to my old segment, but I'm doing it in a much more condensed time frame, nowhere near as in-depth, no plot summary. Well, I'm going to do somewhat of a plot summary because I kind of want to tell you about it. It is an obscure review, after all. And it's the Halloween season. This is October, or at least whenever this is being recorded. And the film that I want to discuss is rather apropos. It is actually my first animated feature that I'm reviewing, and it is The Flying Phantom Ship. Ooh, or the Flying Phantom Ship. Yes, I got that correct. Now, this film was created by Shotaro Ishinomori. Yes, Shotaro, every tokusatsu hero I make is awesome Ishinomori. But it was also animated by a then largely unknown Hayao Miyazaki. Yes, Miyazaki, the man behind My Neighbor Totoro, Nausicaa, Valley of the Wind, Spirited Away, many other of the Ghibli films. Ghibli? It's Japanese and it has L's. I have no idea how it's pronounced. Anyway, the thing about this film, and why I want to bring it up, is that I legitimately love this movie, and I suggest you try and find it. This is actually the first animated feature to actually be shown in Russia that was not Russian-made. Until this movie came out, everything shown in Russia was made by people in Russia. So, this is a first. This is a groundbreaking anime. Now, this feature is only 90 minutes long, but for what it is action-packed. I mean, it is packed to the brim with everything, and I mean literally everything. It's got a ghost captain, a flying galleon, it's got giant crab monsters, giant sea monsters in general, giant robots, aerial battles, military battles, and a really annoying dog. More on him in a little bit. Now, the premise is this kid and his parents, they go to or they're out on a boat ride, and then they end up having to go to this very spooky looking mansion. And while they're there, they encounter the Phantom, who gives them a warning about things to come. And they go back to Japan, and it is at this time where Japan is attacked by a giant robot that states it's being sent by the Phantom of the ship. The robot destroys the city and kills the kid's parents. But his his father tells him before passing away that he's actually adopted. And so the kid goes on this journey of not only to find out who his actual father or his parents are, but also the mystery of the ghost captain and the flying phantom ship. And this takes us on this very weird journey of him meeting this girl and him finding this strange plot to take over Japan that involves soda that when you drink it, it dissolves you. And then there's giant robot crabs that show up, and the military fighting robots, and he meets the captain of the flying galleon, and there's a plot that I'm not going to give away because I really want you guys to look into this. But it's this nice adventure film, and there's like this underwater sequence where they're inside the Phantom ship, and it goes and it's in this battle with giant sea monsters, and the ship itself is kind of like the Gotengo because it has missiles, it's got lasers. It's not your typical kind of galleon, but there is a great mystery to be uncovered. Like, who truly is the Phantom of the Ghost Ship? And why does it shoot missiles and lasers and all this stuff that's advanced technology, even though it's a galleon? So, I love this movie. Like I said, it's 60 minutes. It's an hour long. It has everything under the sun. And an annoying dog. I don't like the dog. That's like the one thing that I don't like about this film. Now, you can tell the influences by Shotaro Ishinomori because the character designs and just the way the story plays out is very much like something Shotaro Ishinomori would have come up with. But Hayao Miyazaki, see, whenever I first saw this, it didn't dawn on me that Miyazaki is the same man who did all of those other films. And watching this film and watching the animation style, it's really hard to tell that he was even involved in it because it's not up to his standards. But at the time, he was unknown, and he was just getting started in the animation biz, and we all start somewhere. So, seeing like his genesis of how he started out doing animation and then seeing where he eventually led to, it's kind of polarizing. And the same can be said of any artist. You look at their early works and it's very different than what would come later and what they would be known for. And this is very much that case. But, again, like I said, I highly suggest you check it out. And I give this film a solid, well, I'm going to give it a 5 out of 5. I actually am. I enjoy this. Now, because it's short, it could have been a lot longer, and with as much plot as there was, it should have been longer. As it is, it feels like they took the premise of 2 different episodes of a TV show and smushed them together. And because the plot does continue all the way, from beginning to end. But like I said, it feels like it's 2 different things. And, or 2 different stories that kind of just smashed. Like I said, it's got sea monsters and robots and ghost captains and all that stuff. So yeah, it's a lot to take in just a 60-minute time frame. But boy, is it an enjoyable 60 minutes. Well, thank you guys for being here, and I hope that you enjoyed this sort of mini version of Obscureview, even though I, am not anywhere near as in-depth as I used to be, and I don't give away plot points. That's kind of the premise of this Obscureview mini. Just give you enough to give you taste that makes you want to find out more and watch the full feature. So, until the next video, I bid you guys adieu, and may you have a blessed evening.